and you'll find a wonderful process at work in your life. Your glass will grow larger. Okay, last time. This is your brain. What, they don't have that commercial where you live? This is your brain on a bad attitude. And this is your brain on a good one. But a word of warning again, let one negative thought creep into your mind and find a home there, and the process will begin all over again. Let it find fertile soil and send deep roots into your psyche, and your glass will drain once more. Every time it starts to fade away, be sure to nurse your grudge. There's only one thing you can do to make your glass stop draining. It's to say, my glass is half full. And so you're left with life's most important question. Is the glass half full or half empty? And the answer is up to you. Let me give you an illustration of how this glass half full principle might work in practice. Years ago, I went through a divorce that I did not initiate and did not want. And I could have gotten all depressed about it, and I was, of course, down a bit. But I decided to take a dose of my own medicine. I gave myself 3 weeks to get over it. I decided I would be down in the dumps for 3 weeks, and on day 22, I would get up, put a smile on my face, and move on with my life. And I did. Well, one day I was walking through the mall, and they were playing background music over the intercom, as they generally do, and at that particular moment in time, it was this old Frank Sinatra classic.
You make me feel so young. You make me feel so spring has sprung. And every time...
Well, I was and am a Sinatra fan, and I knew the song very well. But I remember thinking, she makes me feel like dung. And I like to play with words and rhymes, and so as I was shopping that day, in the back of my head, I was writing lyrics. You make me feel like dung. You make me feel there are blues to be sung, necks to be wrung, and fistfuls of mud to be slung. And even when I'm 92, I'm gonna curse the day we said I do, 'cause you make me feel like dung. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, I had so much fun with it, I went home and wrote out 2 full verses. So I would have the entire song that I could sing to myself in the privacy of my own car, just for the comic relief that it provided. Well, I was listening to the oldie station, and I heard an old Elvis tune, and I thought, you know, I could rewrite that one too. And I did. And over a period of about 6 months, I rewrote 10 of the world's greatest love songs to my ex. And then I thought, wouldn't it be hilarious to have these recorded? So I went to Las Vegas, and I hired bands and celebrity impersonators to sing my songs so they sound exactly like the originals. And this is how they came out.
Are you lonesome tonight?
And you drive of my life. So forgettable. You clog up my senses. 'Cause you're just the wind between my sheets.
You make me feel like dung.
You get the idea. And now I have a product I can sell for the rest of my life, and maybe by the time I die, I'll make back all the money I lost in the divorce. Do you know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to take my lemons and make lemonade. Do you know why? Don't miss this. It's because I already had the lemons. I couldn't give them back. I tried to give them back. She wouldn't take them back. And if I'm already stuck with the lemons, then I am faced with a choice. And it is a choice that has cosmic implications for me and the only future I get in this life. I can either spend the remainder of my life sucking on those lemons and be sour and bitter and negative, or I can make lemonade. That's the way change is. Sometimes it is just thrust upon you, and you can't turn it down. You can't just say, no, thank you. And so you have a choice to make. You can either be bitter about it, or you can make lemonade. Let me ask you a question. Is it physically accurate to say that this glass is half empty? It is, right? The top half is clearly empty, right? Is it also half full? Yes. I just concentrate on that part. You say, well, that's phony. No, it's not. It's no phonier than concentrating on this part. They're both equally true. But if I spend my life focusing on the things that are going wrong, and there will always be some of that, and I let that shape my attitude, I'm miserable. I'm less productive, and I'm no fun to hang out with. But if, on the other hand, as an act of my will every day, I choose to wake up with my head in the right place, and I concentrate on the things in my life that are going well, and there will always be some of that too, and I let that shape my demeanor while I'm working on the other part, then I'm happier, and I'm more productive, and I'm more likely this time next year to have a glass that's a little more than half full. Which would a wise person choose?